Good morning, everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I'm a little bit late. I've been late the whole day. So I woke up at 5:30 and I thought, oh, I have a half hour to sleep. So I crawled back into bed and then I don't know what happened. I just kept sleeping. So I lost a couple hours to sleep, but that's okay because I must have needed it. Hello, everybody. Yeah, so I've been running behind the whole day. I have so much to do. Of course, we're going snowmobiling tomorrow, so I'm very excited about that. So the kids keep wanting to know, what do we bring to the cabin, or what should we bring, or, you know, and I'm just like, I don't know. Steve's like, do you got your Costco list ready? I'm like, no, I don't. Oh. I do have a lot of videos to upload, but nobody seems to want to help me with that. Thank goodness my assistant is coming over today. Hello, hello, good morning. Hi, Teresa from Texas. Oh, I'm so glad you have some power because it seems sort of like, according to the news, Texas has like no power anywhere. It's really shocking. Good morning, hello. All right, so just another couple sips of coffee. I really need this today. We are going to make such a pretty card because we need to bring on the green. And I think I advertised it wrong. Of course, I was half asleep when I was doing this because I just couldn't wake up. I think I advertised it as Dragonfly Dreams. Lord knows that was probably a stamp set discontinued how long ago. You know, it's just, when, I don't know, is it Alzheimer's, is it dementia, or is it just being in Stampin' Up so long that I just get mixed up with all of those different names? They all kind of sound the same. But it is not Dragonfly Dreams, it is Dragonfly Garden. So there it is. So I may have to go back and, I don't know, I may not even probably bother re-editing. I have too many other more important things to do. Hello, everybody. Oh, hello. I know that Marty is going to like this card because she lives on a street named Dragonfly. So do you love it? I sure do. Oh, so Teresa says she has power, but they have friends that have no power. All right, so this is one of those cards that is probably not going to... Let me see if I can get the light on it a little better. I don't know if I can. I'll try to bring in the light. But do you see that fabulous embossing on there? Oh, I don't know if it's showing up. I'll hold it really still. There we go. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. So this is one of those cards that you kind of have to hold in your hand to truly appreciate, because I don't think when I flip the camera down, it's not really going to show up so fabulous. But when you have it in your hands, it's beautiful, and it's easy, and it's elegant, and it's all my favorite things. So I'm going to flip the camera down, a couple more sips of coffee, and then we'll get started making this card. Oh, Jeanne's watching from Oregon. Oh my gosh, I have a customer in Oregon. They've been without power too for like 3 days. It's terrible everywhere around the country. I'm so sorry. It's terrible to be cold. And terrible to get ice and snow when you're not used to getting that. All right, I'm going to flip the camera down and we'll get going here. Okay, so this is the Dragonfly Garden bundle. What does it include? It includes this stamp set, and we also have a punch. And you know what? There's one thing on this card that I don't have on my desk, so I'm going to run get it. It's right by my computer. I was looking at it. And I will grab this because there's a little strip of paper that I used on the inside panel. And plus I want to show you this anyway, because if you're going to purchase the Dragonfly Garden bundle, I really think you should get the coordinating designer series paper that goes with it, which looks like this. And that's called the Dandy Garden 6x6 designer series paper. And it is fabulous. There are 12 different sheets of, well, 12 different, actually it's more like 24 different designs. There's 12 different designs. I can't remember now. No, it's like 24. Or is it 12? I think it's 24. Yes, it's 24. but 12 sheets of paper because they have two-sided designs. But this is what it looks like, and it's great. And on the inside of this card, believe it or not, we're using a strip of this paper to kind of bring the outside of the card to the inside. So let me show you what the inside of the card looks like down here, and it's so nice. Okay, so let's go ahead. So that's the card. We're using my favorite label from the Tasteful Labels dies. I think I've told you guys that I love that label. So it says Tasteful Labels. Really, really great to have this label set on hand. It fits a lot of different sentiments. And of course, you know, the bundle, we talked about that already, so I'm going to get that out of the way. And then we're going to use a strip of the Bumblebee gingham ribbon. Let me see if I can get this little pin out of here. So it looks like this, and it's gingham. I love gingham. Don't you love gingham too? I always wish that Stampin' Up! Carried lots of rolls of gingham, because I just don't know how they could go wrong with gingham, because especially for spring and summer cards, they're so pretty. So there is that. That's one of the in colors. And then this is the Dandelions 3D embossing folder. So you can see I've used it a lot. I used it for 2 different swaps. And then here is the paper we're using. So we are using Bumblebee, Old Olive, and Mossy Meadow. Those are the 3 papers we are using today. We're not even using Whisper White or Berry Vanilla or anything. You can see that I'm just using all cardstock today. All right, so let's get started. The first thing, of course, you'll want to have is some card bases handy. So we've got Old Olive cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to go ahead and fold this in. And then I always use a bone folder when I'm making my cards so that they line out nice and flat. There we go. So there's our cards. Then you're going to need some panels, because as you saw on this card, you've got an inside panel and an outside panel of Bumblebee. So all of these are cut to the same size, the inside and the outside. And they are cut so that there's just a little bit more room on the outside to look at this. So it's not your standard 4 by 5 1/4. It's actually 1/8 of an inch down, which just gives a little bit more Old Olive on the outside. And I think that's just really pretty for this particular card. So all of these panels, and then I did the same thing for the inside panel, they're all cut at 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And so we can go ahead and glue the outside panels on. No reason to really wait, because there is a ribbon wrap, but it's done with the Mossy Meadow panel, so we can just get this out of the way. And then we'll actually do the inside panel so that we get that other one out of the way as well. So I'm going to just set this in here, and then I'm just wiggling it into place so that there's a nice even border all the way around. Now you might be wondering, why is she doing 2 cards, especially if you've never watched me before? Yeah, 2 exact same cards, because these are the 2 cards I give away. So I always appreciate it when you guys share. So if you just run to your timeline and share this video, that'd be so awesome. Thank you. And I'll do the giveaway of the cards, and then I am going to give away 2 yards of the Bumblebee ribbon as well. So for the inside panel, we have some strips of the Dandy Garden Designer Series paper. So that is 3/4 inches by 3 3/4. So we're going to add those right now. And I think I'm just going to keep on going here with the glue. So we'll just add a little bit to the back. I love this bundle. It is really pretty. And I think we all need a little green in our life right now. So I just felt like this was the perfect time to do this card. So let me go ahead and get this in. And then we're going to do just the tiniest bit of stamping on the inside panel. So we'll get that going too. So I have a piece of scrap paper here. And we are going to be stamping. All of our stamping today is going to be done with the Mossy Meadow ink. And here are the little dragonflies. There's a whole bunch of them. So you can stamp kind of a little panorama of dragonflies. So you'll want to put, oh, I don't know, put some right here, kind of flying up. And then we're going to add some just down here. So that is what the inside panel looks like. So we're going to do the exact same thing over here. And we'll just add a little bit down here. And that's it. That's all the stamping on the inside panel. And now what we're going to do is glue this on to our inside panels. So I'm going to, again, use some multi-purpose liquid glue. And we'll just set this in right here. I like to keep it nice and loose and flowing. So that's why I put the glue kind of like I did, because I want it to be nice and flowy. There we go. And here is the second one. Oh, thank you all of you who are sharing. I really, truly appreciate it. If you're uncomfortable sharing, you know what? You can still get in the drawing. All you have to do is just say hi. Maybe tell me where you're watching from. It's great to see all the different places, all the different people who watch my Facebook Lives, which I do a couple times a week. In fact, I was counting up how many Facebook Lives I'm doing this week. So on Tuesday, I did one. So Tuesday and Thursday mornings, I do Facebook Lives. You know, those are standard, pretty much in the books. Then on Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock, I do a Facebook Live in my Happy Stamper Stamping to Share group, which is great. And then on Tuesday night, I did an update for my downline group. So that was 1, 2, 3, that was 4. And then tonight I have a kit together with my downline. So that's another kind of like Zoom meeting / Facebook Live. So, I mean, I tell you what, we are always doing Facebook Lives around here. The kids hardly know when to get a hold of me because I'm always, you know, got all my notifications turned off so I can do Facebook Lives. In fact, I just saw on my iPad that somebody is messaging me about this weekend again. Okay, so here we go. We've got our inside panel is Mossy Meadow, and that is 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And I've already run it through with this really pretty folder. So I did it so that I'm going to show you kind of where I put this. We want to keep the dandelions really close to the top. So there is not much room between the top and where the flowers start. So if you're wondering where to position that. And the reason is because we want to have plenty of room down here not to interfere with the flowers because we're using a fairly good sized tag. So that's why I kept those flowers way to the top. All right, so this particular, I've got them both done. I know you can't really see what that looks like because of the lighting. But I think we can go ahead and stamp. I pre-cut a couple of these tags, these labels, and I've got my sentiment ready. So I'm making thank you cards today. So again, we're going to use the Mossy Meadow ink, and I've got thank you for your kindness. Let's see how close I can bring this before it gets out of the picture, because I want to get it as close to me as possible so I can see where I'm stamping. So here is one. And I gotta say, I'm not crazy about this one because I think I put it too low. So I'm gonna make sure this one goes a little higher. Yep, that one looks good. So do I have an extra one around here? I think I do. Let me see. So do you guys do this? Like I open up my stamp set. Look at that, all kinds of little scraps. I keep my little scraps in here in cello sleeves. And that way I have little oh, this one's even stamped. Oh, these are all stamped. Well, that's good. They must be leftovers from when I did my my swaps. Well, I'm gonna grab one that's a little nicer. And this one I'll just throw in my scraps bucket. So of course I need to make this super nice because this is for you guys. Okay, so we are done stamping. I'm gonna get this out of the way. And here we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the ribbon at the bottom. So I have my ribbon right here, and we're gonna cut it just a little bit bigger than our panel that we're wrapping it around. So there we go. And now what we're gonna do is, I've got some Scotch tape handy, and I'm just gonna tape this around. And I don't know, I think maybe about 3/4 of an inch up or so. I think that'll work. So go ahead and wrap your ribbon around. And we'll do that on both of these. And again, the ribbon will be the giveaway on Tuesday when I do the giveaway. Here we go. So you guys might be wondering what's keeping me so busy lately. It's my kits. So I'm getting my chick camp out. Oh my goodness. I went from doing normally 4 cards and 4 videos to 8 cards and 8 videos. Oh my Lord, that adds a lot of extra work. So I don't know, I may not ever do that again. It was a lot. That's a little bit too much for me. You know, you always have to figure out what works for me, because what works for other people doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for you. And so I think sometimes we try too hard to be like other people when we really need to focus on just being ourselves and what works for us. And so I don't know, I think in the future I will keep it to 4 cards. Maybe once in a while go 5 cards if I'm really feeling ambitious, but I don't think I'll ever do another kit that involves 8 cards. It was just too much. Which is probably why I overslept this morning, because I was up too late working on it. All right, so here we go. We are putting together all of our little dimensionals because this is popped up. And then we're going to set this right here at the bottom. And there it is. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we do need to grab our scrap paper. I feel like I had it here somewhere. Maybe, oh yeah, here it is. So we're gonna add some little gold glitter dots to our dragonflies. And I've got a piece of scrap here, and we need to go ahead and punch out some dragonflies. So the dragonfly punch has 2 different sizes of dragonflies, and I have loved these baby dragonflies. Oh my gosh. I will keep this punch forever just for the baby dragonflies. They are so cute. So we'll need 4 of them since we're doing 2 cards. And they are darling, and they're really easy to put onto your card because you can just add them on with glue dots. So let's go ahead and get these little panels onto our card base, and I'm going to do that with multi-purpose liquid glue. So we're going to flip this over, add this in right here, and that looks so good. Whoops! Good thing it was glue. Of course, because it was glue, it did wiggle a little bit. But that looks pretty good. So if you guys need any greens in your life and you want to get this bundle, you know what, if I were you, I'd get it during Celebration, because Celebration only goes until the 28th. So that is coming up very, very soon. And if you wanted to get either a free stamp set or some free paper, time is kind of running out for that. So I did include all the links for this card on the I don't know, that little space where you can write stuff above your video. All right, so I'm looking frantically because I thought maybe I didn't have my mini glue dots, but I do have them. So I'm going to just put these guys onto the mini glue dots. This is always fun. If you have a whole bunch of punch outs and you're just working on multiple cards, it's so much fun to just stack those up on your mini glue dots. Then it's kind of easy to use your take your pick tool and place them onto the card right where you want them. So I'm just going to grab these little dragonflies now and put them just kind of scattered about on the card. Whoops, where'd it go? Oh, I never got it. Here it is. There we are. So there's one card, and then let me get one more card done here. And then we'll add the finishing touch with our little gold glitter dots. There it is. This guy's kind of wonky. I'm going to pull him off and put him in a little, flying a little more positively instead of sideways. There we go. Now we can use the take your pick tool on the other side and grab these. Look at how tiny some of these little glitter dots are. So we're going to use the very tiniest ones and just accent those dragonflies. Oh my gosh, that just adds so much. I wish you guys could see this in the reel because it is so pretty. There it is. And the card is done, and it's so pretty. All right, let me get all this stuff out of the way so we can get a nice, good ending picture here of everything. And I'm going to bring in my blog because I will do a free PDF for you. Sometime next week, I'll have that posted on my blog, which is Stamping to Share. So www.stampingtoshare.com is where you can go to pick up the free PDFs that I typically do for all of my Facebook Lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You love them. And people are saying they want to case it. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for all the shares, too. I really appreciate it. You guys just totally rock. Have a great weekend, everyone. And think of me. I'll be snowmobiling with the Fam Bam. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.